Appreciate you joining me today. Hope you're having a good day. We're going to be looking at the thieves on the cross today. Our hymn is called Just a Little While.
When the light will all be over, and the bitterness will end, be alone with Christ our friend. Heaven's gates are standing open, waiting for our innocence. Some sweet day we're going over, all the beauty there to share. Just a little while to stay, just a little while to wait, just a little while to labor in the path that's always straight and narrow. Just a little more of trouble in this low and sinful city. Then we'll enter heaven's portal, breaking through the pearly gates.
You might be familiar with the old hymn. Soon we'll see the light of morning when the new day will begin. Soon we'll hear the Father calling, "Come, my children, enter in." Then we'll hear a choir of angels singing out the victory song. All our troubles will be ended, and we'll live with heaven's throng. Verse 3, soon we'll meet all the redeemed ones, and we'll take them by the hand. Soon we'll press them to our bosom over in the promised land. Then we'll be at home forever throughout all eternity. What a blessed, blessed morning that eternal morn will be. Just a little while to stay here. We're going to look in Luke 23 at verse 39. It says, Then one of the criminals who were hanged blasphemed him, saying, If you are the Christ, save yourself and us. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Do you not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong. And then he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said to him, Assuredly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. Just a little while. You know, a lot of folks will talk about the thief on the cross. And they'll talk about how he's an example of faith-only salvation. And they like to portray him as someone who's just absolutely ignorant, as though he didn't know who Jesus was before this. And we've spoken about this before, but it's a good point to remember. You might just look at all the things he knew. He knew about fearing God. I understand he was a criminal, and he understood that too. He understood that he was justly condemned. He understood that. See, he's gotten to the point as his life is about to end. And he's about to meet his maker, so to speak. And actually, he's meeting his maker. Or seeing or crying out to his maker, if you will. Regardless, he encourages the fellow to fear God. He knew what was happening to them was justice. He knew Jesus was innocent. He knew Jesus was innocent, and he knew that Jesus was Lord. There in verse 42. He also understood, had some inkling about the kingdom. I think the big one for me is that he calls Jesus Lord. How did he know Jesus was Lord? I think he had an inkling before he was crucified. And yes, I understand at the beginning of the crucifixion, he's mocking along with everybody else, but he has had a change of heart. And it's impressive to think about what he does as he encourages the other fella to turn to the Lord before it's too late. But you know, as I said, a lot of folks, they'll portray this as faith only. that he's an example of faith-only salvation. But you just look at what he says there in verse 40. Just look at his quote. And please notice, he doesn't tell that other criminal to just believe. He doesn't tell that other criminal, just believe and you'll be saved. He says, do you not even fear God? You might think about that. He doesn't say, just have faith. He says, do you not even fear God? Pardon me. Do you not even fear God? Seeing you're under the same condemnation. Remember what Solomon says, the conclusion of the matter? You fear God and keep his commandments. Might consider it. You might also consider that both criminals wanted to be saved from death. Both criminals wanted to be saved from death. The one criminal, he says, if you're the Christ, save yourself and us. And that's how he wanted to be saved from death. If the Lord could keep him from dying. But the other criminal wanted to be saved from death too. Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. One fellow was not prepared to die and didn't want to die. The other fellow, he knew he was about to die, and he was looking beyond death. Both men, in a sense, both men sought saving. I think the difference is one man, or at least one difference. One man says, if you are the Christ, and the other man says, Lord, remember me. Might consider it. Appreciate you. As we think about the thieves in just a little while. Hope you have a good day. Hope it's been helpful for you. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.